Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to CF 2.0 Geek Out. We have a full house today. Me, Susan, Andrea, Dan, and Danny Walsh is joining us today. We're so excited. Danny, do you actually want to give a quick intro about yourself? Because I bet there's some people that are watching that don't know your background and your story.
Oh man, thankfully there are quite a few interviews out there right now about where I sort of came from, and the spotlight interview is a good one to watch with Laura from ClickFunnels. But I've spent a big bunch of time using ClickFunnels for myself, my business, as an affiliate for clients. I went away a little while ago, back 4 or 5 years ago, to focus on building a business with ClickFunnels. We've done an insane amount of money. We've built a fantastic community, and fast forward 5 years. We're now doing some exciting stuff with ClickFunnels, as well as clients, as well as business and all the rest of it. So I think we'll probably be seeing a little bit more of each other as we move forward. There are some exciting things going on. So check it out.
Yeah.
Check the interviews.
Yeah. And actually, one of those exciting things is what we're going to be talking about today, but we'll get to that in a minute. We just have to give you guys a couple of reminders before we dive in. Andrea, do you want to talk about the workshop right now? Go ahead and
yeah. So at 12:30 Pacific, so in about 27 minutes, we are going to be having a workshop. We're going to continue on with the membership models. So if you are doing an event, so a challenge, a summit, a virtual event, a physical event, a webinar, then you want to understand about what the event experience model is so that you can make that experience as rich as possible, whether you use a membership site or you just use what we call a nurture path. So we're going to deep dive into that today at 12:30 to 2:30 Pacific. And if you're an Academy member, it's part of your Academy membership. So come have fun. Unless you are heads down working on your sprint model, then stay heads down and we'll get to the event when you're ready.
Yes. Okay. And I just put the
Awesome.
URL onto the screen, and I'm working on getting it into comments of the other places, but that's where you can go to register to attend the workshop. So go do that. It starts in 26 minutes now. And then, hey, Madison's working on her fishbowl. All right. Okay. And then the other thing we have to tell you about real quick is next week is the Challenge Secrets Masterclass. And actually, let me share the screen really fast because we're going to talk about this a little bit right now.
I know I'm biased, but I really love our graphic. I thought it was quite fun.
There we go. Okay, is this the right page that I'm supposed to be on?
Marriage and all of that. It's fantastic.
So Challenge Secrets Masterclass is put on by Russell and Pedro Adeo. And Pedro Adeo is the challenge guy. Of course, Russell's the funnel guy. And then what we're doing is our after party where we are going so this is happening next week, starting Monday, and every day next week. And after, in the afternoon, after the masterclass sessions, we're having our after party. So it's plus Geek Out and our after party. So you can come to this page too and get signed up for it. It's totally free. I will put the link. It's geekoutconnect.com/challenge masterclass. I'll put that link in there as well. And I got to get back to StreamYard to stop sharing. There we go. Okay. All right. Those were all the plugs we needed to do, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Now we can dive in.
Well, I was also going to say, talking to Danny before this, also keep your eye on the ClickFunnels official group next week, because you may see us pop into there as well, based upon what Danny's going to talk about right now.
Oh, what a good open
loop. Okay, so I guess we'll give a little intro and then turn it over to you, Danny, of so what is happening in the ClickFunnels group, I think, is what we're excited about. So if you want to talk to us about that, and then this new ambassador program.
Yeah, and you guys, clearly your names have appeared at the top of the group in lights recently saying, hey, you guys are part of this ambassador program, and we've seen the videos, we've seen the reactions, but what exactly does this mean? And my inbox, and I know Andy's inbox, and the team over at ClickFunnels, everybody's getting these questions and people are going crazy in the comments. Just what is the ambassador program? A while ago, there was some chains of thought going on within ClickFunnels. People obviously concerned about what is going on in that main group. And there are different ways that you can tackle things in a community of that size. You can just moderate everything, which is never fun. Or you can do fun, innovative things. And ClickFunnels being ClickFunnels, we've gone for the fun, innovative things. And a few awesome things have happened at once. And Susan, you know, because you're part of one of those things, Funnel Hacker TV, and we've got Ben, and this is going on.
Yeah.
That's kind of built, as everybody knows, on the back of like the pulse and how that's been born out of these updates and people getting excited. And I know there's a lot more to come in that dimension. We've also got the spotlight interviews, what Laura does, where we're really shining lights on members who are having so much success, or, you know, getting out there and really using ClickFunnels to their advantage. And these interviews are amazing. I've been fortunate enough to have one of these interviews and go on there. And Laura really does put people at ease. But she also asks some of those important questions, because ClickFunnels changes people's lives, right? It changes the business. It can put you on a trajectory that means that you can do what's important and you look after your family, and you don't have to have a boring job, or you can get off that hamster wheel. There's so many benefits of ClickFunnels and the teaching, the stuff that Russell does. You guys have covered it in your Should I Switch series. Well, no, you shouldn't. You stay in ClickFunnels. So we've got a massive community, and in there, just like any public group, you are going to have undesirable elements. And rather than just trying to come in there and moderate everything, try and, you know, be very strict on things, we thought, well, look, let's do some work behind the scenes to sort out the spam and sort out the usual kind of mess that you would get in any kind of group. But let's put together some exciting stuff where real people who use ClickFunnels, who bang that ClickFunnels drum on a day-to-day basis, can have a little bit more. And you guys are some of the first. There are going to be a few more people that join, but it's not going to be one of these things where we give everybody a ticket. Not everybody gets the golden ticket, right? What we need to see is people banging that drum, people celebrating, people using ClickFunnels, people not necessarily having, you know, hey, I made $10 million today, but showing that they are true to the teaching, true to the system, the process, and they trust in what Russell says, right? This is a big important thing. And those people who are helping, contributing, they're not creating these sneaky DM messages. I know Ben talked about this on Funnel Hacker TV the other day. There's all this DM me business. And what actually goes on in these DMs, I don't know, right? But to kind of make sure that that group is ClickFunnels focused. You know, we're not here to help somebody recruit the next high ticket closer. We're not here to, you know, set up some crazy scheme where, you know, you can make $10 million in 5 minutes without doing any work. No, you know, it's about ClickFunnels and it's about the people. And if we can get that balance right of sharing the education, the amazing content, the success stories, and shining a light on the people that actually make a difference, surely it's going to be a much more amazing, safer, beneficial community for users at large. And that's where we're kind of at with it right now. And it's exciting times.
Yeah, it really is. It's been like, we've already seen the changes happen with over, you know, in the last month or two, right? Of like, at one point it was something that the three of us here kind of agreed, like, we really just don't really go into the ClickFunnels group anymore. Yeah. And it just lost its touch and interest for us. But just within the last month or two, it's turned around so much, and it's really fun to be in there. People are asking great questions. There are people giving great help and advice. And so it is definitely and
it's authentic, genuine advice, right? So like, we all marketing, we all know the game of like, let me give a little help and then you know, like, make a suggestion over to something else, right? Like, we all know how to play that game. And so that's what I think is so funny about the ClickFunnels official group, right? Is like, we all understand the game. So like, don't try to play the game, just be a human and share and help. And that we're starting to actually see posts like that, and it's super cool.
I think people need to be able to feel safe when they ask a question. It might be the like stupid question to you, but it might not be for the rest of the community. And people need to be able to come in there and be like, hey, genuinely with the heart on the sleeve, I've got this issue. Can somebody help me? The last thing you want is 50 people in your DM trying to sell you some crazy stuff that's not even related. There's a big thing right now, like people just using ChatGPT to answer questions. If I was to say, hey, that's an amazing answer, can you come and meet me for coffee and tell me more? That person ain't coming.
Right, exactly.
So if you can't answer the questions, sit there and kind of learn, right? There's enough people in there who can, and maybe you learn and you get experienced enough by using ClickFunnels, reading the books, launch a few funnels, make some mistakes along the way, fix those, do it properly. The chances are at some point when you answer a question openly, honestly, without any ego or any intention, that you're probably going to find, oh, I've got people who really value this and they actually want me to meet them for coffee, right? And you could turn up and you could do that. There's a thing about fake it until you make it, but be a human, right?
Yes,
Turn up,
exactly. Be a human.
Authentic. We've got to get it going in that direction for the benefit of ClickFunnels people at large, users at large.
Definitely.
And did I also see in there that because somebody had posted, I think one day, one of their designs, and everybody likes to post their pretty little designs that they made, and I think they said in there that they're going to start a separate design group, or is there going to be a design thread? And then also same thing with if you want to hire somebody, they're trying to segment those people out as well. What's going on there?
Absolutely. And you can see, for example, yesterday we had the speed dating thing with certified partners.
Cool.
More of that kind of stuff. So again, people feel safe who they're actually employing to do. Look, people put the trust and invest money and time and effort into doing something. The last thing you want to do is hire somebody who's not got the skills. So things like that are fantastic. But we also recognize that there are a big bunch of people out there who are more than qualified, who might not have that, who do post fantastic designs, who do have that opportunity. And there are threads already running in that group where you can come and you can post your designs. They're going to run for a little while. We're going to prune them as we move forward. You don't want somebody putting in, hey, look at me, there's this design and this design and this design. Don't flood it. Take advantage of it, because again, people are watching. And when people see you and, that's a good design, there's a thing in funnels about time, in marketing about time. And I think a lot of people think that everything should be instant, but it's not. They might see that design on a Monday and not contact you for another 2 weeks because they don't have that ability to do so. So if you've got a good design up there, people are like, hey, I'll check this guy out. They have a little look. 2 weeks later, then you get the message. It's not necessarily a quick win when you're promoting your skills or whatever. But if we give you the threads, the opportunity, the support, and make sure that these places are a safe place to ask questions, it's got to be better. It's got to be better. And that's kind of where it's all going. And you guys, the members that are in the group, the team, everybody going in the right direction. What other threads do we need? Because if it's in one place, we've got a hiring thread, we've got a for hire thread. Is there a difference? We've got a design thread. Where do we need to go to make sure that all bases are covered so that members can come in there, get what they need real quick, and then go on about the business?
Yep. A membership thread. No, sorry. I'm totally self-promoting.
You've got the mechanism to do that now as ambassadors of ClickFunnels, and you've kind of, hey, it's you. You've been selected to take part in this thing. Yeah. Some of this stuff, we've kind of got to still figure out what it looks like, what it feels like, how it's going to actually operate. And some of this stuff is new. It's not all clearly marked out for the next 10 years. And all suggestions are welcome. And that's not just, hey, you're an ambassador. That's people in the community. Raise your hand if you know, like, hey, comment on Funnel Hacker TV. see if you can get on the spotlight, share those designs, but don't be the person who's dragging folks off into this dark corner of the internet to kind of whisper some stuff in their ear and be like,
yeah. Well, and I think the thing that I think is so important for people to note, right? It's the same reason why we stay with ClickFunnels, right? Is that I think the changes, Danny, that you guys are making in the ClickFunnels official community, right, are not surface level changes, because they're based off of right when I first, like you and I first chatted, and everything I've since, right? It's based off a value and a way that we want to be with one another and in this community, right? And I think everything is based off of that. And I think when you have that strong foundation of this is who we are, this is how we operate with one another, this is what we choose to believe, and I think that is so, I mean, I know that on like the other side of that, we could go into dogma, and I don't think we're even close to that, but I think that like all of the decisions and all of the innovations and all of the ideas that you guys are doing are so good, but I think they're solid because they have this solid foundation, and that's why I'm sure that we're going to have ideas that may bust or may not work or whatever. But I think for me, why I'm turning my attention back to the official group is because I feel like yourself and the people who are actively working in that community and trying to make this turn are basing us off something that is it's aligned with me personally, the Geek Out group, and like how we want to be with ClickFunnels. And so that's what I think is the coolest part about everything that you guys are doing, is that the foundation that you're laying and like just reestablishing those values is I mean, it resonates really deep, and I love it.
And that means a lot, right? And it's such an honor and a pleasure to be able to work and help and assist. And there's a fantastic team, and Andy and Laura and Carlos and Tim and Lena and everybody kind of behind the scenes that make this big wheel turn. Ben, Susan, with what you're doing on Funnel Hacker TV, you guys over here in the Geek Out community, right? It's aligning it to those values, and it's meaning that people do feel more confident and more able to come and share, ask questions, get help in that the correct way, right? The proper way. It might not be perfectly laid out yet, and there is a lot more to come. And like you said, some stuff might never happen. We've gone through thousands of ideas, but the fact of the matter, and Susan's just said it at the beginning, there's a lot of people who stopped coming to that group that used to contribute, and it seems to have gone in this direction. We need to get that back, and that's it's not just for one person to do, right? And it's a group effort, it's a community effort, because if your community outside of your door, if there was weird stuff like that going on in the community and whatever, the crime rate goes up. The community at large don't want to live in a community that's full of criminals, right? So the community comes together, whatever the issue is. We kind of want to make sure that group is safe, it's welcoming, and it's wholesome, and it actually does what it should do. And it's got to have that ClickFunnels focus to do that. And it's exciting. It really is.
Well, and I think you also have this challenge, and there's just one note, and that is, I don't know, especially for us who, in the West, we tend to be very US centric, right? And I think that it's important to note that this ClickFunnels community is not a US community. It is a global community. And so there is all different kinds of social differences and cultural differences, and what I mean, like ways of interacting with one another. And we have a member in our Geek Out group, Ashley, shout out to her. She has this program, right, where it's like, don't be weird. And I think about it all the time, right? Of like, we are just like, some of us can be socially awkward, and it's just the human nature of it. And so again, I just think that like the community is so fascinating to me, and how we're going to bring it together, because it is an international community with all these different cultures and perspectives. We're all coming together for a very common reason, but trying to figure out how we all, collaborate with one another, despite all of with respect to all of those different, perspectives and views. And it's just, it's no small feat, and it's super exciting.
No, it's really exciting, and it's like I say, it's an honor to work on this. And because we do have such a diverse community, folks from all over the world, all different backgrounds, all different levels of ability, that can only make things even better, right?
Yeah, so true. So true. We have somebody in the comments saying, "Don't be weird. Where's my middle name?" I hear you. I hear you.
Don't be weird when you're approaching people in your
Exactly.
don't go into their DMs and be weird. I was gonna say though, like there's a bigger kind of like we're talking specifically about ClickFunnels community, but I think there's like a big takeaway for anyone that's watching that has their own community or is thinking about starting a community of I think it all starts with the leadership, and then it very quickly has to go toward the not leaders of the community itself, but like the rising like stars, the rising fans of the community to be the examples of what should happen inside of the group. I think that's where a lot of our success in Geek Out has come from, is that we just constantly were pouring into the group value and answering people's questions. And the most active people in Geek Out have followed that example, and they also come and give value and answer questions. And I think that that's what's happening with the ClickFunnels group. We kind of got away from that a little bit, but now there's some leaders that are rising, like Danny and the whole team that is the community outreach team are the leaders, like being the examples again. And then these ambassadors that are just showing up are going to be like kind of also carrying that and just helping people to understand like this is how we are in this community, and this is what gets recognized, and this is how we expect you to behave in this community. So I think that's the best way to run it.
Big thing about values, right? And many years ago, I worked at the local authority, and the executive leadership team, they knew that across the whole of the service area, that they needed to have shared values, a common approach, things that people could really understand and really get hold of. Like you said, we're doing this in a certain way, certain ethos, everything's aligned. What they decided to do in this meeting is disappear for lunch, 3 directors, come back into the meeting of like 100 people and go, hey, over lunch, we've written the values. These are now your values. Adopt them. What do you think happened in that circumstance? It didn't work, right? And there's no way that a few folks can come into a community of any size and say, these are the values that you should adopt. Values are born from conversations, from people, from getting some things right, getting some things wrong, understanding the flow, understanding the sort of harmony, the balance. There's all many different factors that underpin what are the values, and there's common sense, there's right and wrong, there's lots of different things. But this thing needs to kind of take shape itself. And if members can't be involved in shaping that, real ClickFunnels users can't be involved in shaping that, then you're certainly missing a very important part of what a community is all about. Mm-hmm. And that is something that's really important to me, is giving people that ability, that voice, but also seeing things through the people's eyes, and to look at it through the eyes of a ClickFunnels user, of somebody who's setting up a business, somebody who's invested all the time and energy and belief into this. That's very powerful. And if that helps one person to be more successful in their life, the family, the business, whatever it is, then we're winning. And I'm hoping that it helps more than just one person. And I'm hoping that if everybody's values kind of align and people are all on that same page, it will push out the undesirable stuff, and it'll bring more of the right thing, and that can only be good, you guys, and it really is interesting project to be working on.
Well, what I'd say is that, you know, people don't understand what it takes to build a community when you're an outsider looking into it, and the amount of work you got to do for the group, and how you got to attract the people in and do all that. And as ClickFunnels has proven here, it can come apart real fast if things get out of hand and people come in and start, you know, not necessarily in the ClickFunnels case, but if you're building your own group, and in your case, Danny, you're selling fishing lures essentially in some of your groups. If somebody comes in and starts poaching all of your people that you work so hard to bring into that group, and they're pulling them all out, going, oh, no, forget about Danny, come over to my group. That's not cool. And so that's what part of this is about too, is like, you know, let's be cool, because the people who built these groups worked really hard. Come in there, share, give value, and then if those people want to follow you as well as the original group, then great.
Yeah,
but I also see a lot of people just trying to steal people out of groups.
Yeah, and that kind of comes out in the wash a little bit. There are people where it does need to be policed, but there's always a cost of acquisition. And we spend a big bunch of time and money trying to get the right people with the right values to join a community, to benefit from products and services. There's nothing worse than somebody who thinks that they can just jump in there, paste up some link, grab a bunch of members and run with that, because exactly as you've just described, Dan, and it is a task to kind of keep on top of that. And with people uniting against that sort of stuff, if people think they're getting weird DMs or something's just not right, there's a list of moderators, admins at the top, report that stuff. Even if you put a post in there, it might not get approved, but we're like, hey, this is happening. If the guys don't see it, they can't take action. So, anybody running a community, there's different ways of getting the information you need to keep on top of this kind of thing. And it's very, very important parts of it. Information is important.
Mm-hmm. So true. So true. And the way that the information is presented without any strings or just freely is, so important.
So one last thing here, because we're almost out of time. I want to ask Danny, are you doing anything exciting this weekend?
This weekend, I think lie down in a dark room. I've been on seminars and
not this weekend. What about an AI? Isn't there some AI thing you guys are doing? Winter Jones, Polly Powell, a bunch of other people from our group.
I envision him out on a boat fishing is what I imagine Danny doing on the weekend.
We're going to take some time out. We've got 2 little babies under 2 years old right now. We've got other kids as well, and we're just going to go out and have a bunch of fun and turn off the computer, turn off the phone, because you've got to kind of remember that. Why are we doing all of this stuff?
So true.
I'm sure you'll see a post or a story, right? But it's like, get out there. It's nice now in the UK. It's nice and sunny. Take advantage. And then next week there is a little bit of fishing coming up. I won't lie, but right now.
Awesome. Okay. Do you, though, want to plug the AI thing that you have going on? Maybe it's pre-recorded, so you're not doing it this weekend. It's already done for you, isn't it?
The conference is coming to an end right now. It was called Ride the AI Wave. There is a way that you can still get all the replays. There were 25 speakers. It was amazing. The question and answer sessions alone were worth the money that you would invest to sign up for that. Crazy how much it actually was, the price for what you got in return. Even just winter's session, people are going crazy for the stuff that we've all delivered. It's been fantastic. It's been an eye-opener. If I can get that information from Polly and drop it up in the group, if you guys accept that and approve it, I'm sure that'll be a great tool for people, because AI, how long have you got? I know you guys have got to go.
We'll have to have you back to talk about AI stuff.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Amazing. Okay. Danny, thank you for joining us today. I know you're super busy and we appreciate you jumping in.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. And I think just to wrap up, I was just going to give an invitation to anyone watching this video that we're streaming into Geek Out right now. We're streaming to the Geek Out YouTube channel. We're streaming to Dan's CF Ninja Hackers group. Those are 2 amazing communities that we have built as sub communities of ClickFunnels. So we've been talking a lot about the ClickFunnels community. And I would just make an invitation to kind of what we were talking about of be where you want to be, but also don't be afraid to go back into the if you're not getting the right answer, go hang out in the ClickFunnels community, see what's going on there. You're also going to get different type of content over there too than what you're getting from us. You're going to see a lot more of Russell's stuff over there. So definitely be where you want to be, but also be in both places if you can, or all 3. We got CF Ninja Hackers, Geek Out.
Go all in.
Go all in.
Yes. All free. It's all free. Don't cost nothing to sign up for free.
So much good content, right? Just take advantage.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. And we will see you. Workshop is next for Geek Out Academy, and we'll see everyone else next week.
All right. Thanks, Danny.